Greetings. What's going on? This is the DHD part two, DHD of the series, Daily Hump Dump. We dumping rounds on these idiots. Man, oh man. This is nothing but a circus. Um, this is nothing but a circus. I have to say, like, the circus era is just hilarious right now. A lot of people get caught up in the eras that they in, but it is a circus at this point. Everybody's saying a lot of dumb ish or shit, we would say, but it's crazy. But we got Myron acting like a little girl, crying about Fresh done got some girl pregnant, which he did, and she's just a regular chick. And they try to say she's not an adult star or adult star, right? It does flicks and does sexual favors. But he got caught up in a one night stand, and she wanted the baby. They was in somewhat of a relationship, which is crazy. That's the hot topic of last week, and we're rolling around this week. What's going to happen? In politics, we already know Iran. We ain't gonna get into the conflict of what's what. Over there in the Holy Land, because that's part of prophecy, and you know how things are. And then, like I said, there's no attack. We're not tripping on this website. We're not tripping off of it because a lot of things is everybody's not. It's not really censorship. There's a lot of censorship on certain topics. I don't think YouTube is about censorship. Only thing they censor is you don't go crazy and ballistic on here. So we're going to talk about some I'll say the circus era, the elections a little bit. We might talk about a lot of things, but we're not going to go in depth on why things are, because you already know the message is going to be clear. That you get to see what you're seeing right now. A lot of people are on edge what's about to happen in the future. So I'm not worried about who's going to win, but me personally, I think the other guy's going to win because he's already pro. Both of them are pro, who of the team. They're pro Esau. We already know this. So let's act like let's not act like they're not. They both are. They're bad choices for the country that you're serving, or in America, or wherever you want to talk about. But but Rumble's decent and mediocre. I'll be watching other news sources and things like that. But you got to understand that a lot of people get caught up on the wrong type of content. And I think part of it is like, I just recently dropped the recap history of Endos Valley. Y'all check that out if you want to. If not, that's cool. But I'll do more of that in somewhat in this. I wouldn't say in the future, but in the future videos, I'll explain why I say this is the most difficult research to cover, because it's not much on it on that website. I might cover it probably. I ain't gonna guarantee you, but I'll cover it sooner or later. But I'll go back to it and reference what I was talking about. It's just a recap. And then we'll recap more Asian history, dark Asian history, and then to African, whatever. Because African history ain't really much. That's what the Egyptians are. A lot of people try to say they this and that. Who cares? Okay. We ain't those people. We'll never be those the same. We ain't got no ties to it. Only thing we got ties to it is where what you would call the so-called Middle East. That's what we got ties to. Black man, we just spread out around the world. I did my research years ago with me and Elder Young when we did our research, due diligence, and see what we're talking about. So when you're the man of the East, you understand that there's a lot of tensions going on between certain groups and faction of us that tells the truth what's going on. So me personally, I don't believe in that soft guy era shit. I don't believe that. It doesn't exist. I don't believe that. So I don't believe none of that. That's not the era. It does not exist. It's just a bitch way to say that. I call this the blue pill era. It's always been a blue pill era. It started during the time, probably during the pandemic. I won't say it like that. They try to call it the red pill spaces, which is not really red pill. It's already been blue pilled. Because what these niggas was preaching, they was not preaching red pill. They was blue pilled the whole time. They just lied to y'all. That's why Kevin Samuels exists. That's why he's a narcissistic person. That's why I don't mess with Kevin like that. Kevin's a clown, whole fraud. Nobody understands the fact that dude is a failure, bro. Like, everybody doesn't like the fact that we see what we see. But people get caught up in believing that Kevin was the guy. He wasn't. He was just a guy upstart that came probably 2015. He wasn't shit until he exploded and sided with whatever. And then the reason the so-called women were upset with him, then like he was holding them accountable, but in reality, they needed a daddy. And so their daddy figure was a narcissist, and they're narcissists. So when they call him one, well, they're one too, because they like his content. How can you call that man a narcissist and then you follow his content too? Y'all do the same shit. It's two levels of narcissism. I'm gonna break this down to you. You got the community like him and Donald Trump. That's why I don't fuck with them. I don't follow guys that I don't like because I know they're a threat to my apparatus of knowledge, right? And then you got the textbook, the sheeple, the slave derelict idiots that they are on this site and other sites like similar to this. That's the damn problem. That's how the whole internet is sheep. But that goes to show you that. And then you got these doxer pedos like Gamble and all them. But shouts out to that ETC guy. But Zaya, I don't care for Zaya, but he did the right thing, man. Like I don't even, and shouts out to Trip Kit for exposing those streamers like from other communities and that troll channel. That's a good one. This for entertainment last. I'm just saying, like, are we tired of that shit? That's some terroristic shit. That's why I don't fuck with Discord because they support that. I didn't. That's the reason why I deleted that shit. I had a Discord, and I at first it was okay, but then over time I just didn't like it. I had a fallout with certain individuals. Their names should not be mentioned at all. But that's what really happened. You know, it's just like I just don't support that. All these damn secrets and y'all people ain't doing shit on it. Like, get the fuck out of here with that. But Telegram is where it's at, to be honest with you. I like Telegram more than ever. I find some other interesting. I use Telegram for different reasons. I don't use it just for one thing. I use it for multiple reasons. And it's a good platform to have. Reminds me of old Tumblr again. Reminds me of old Tumblr again. That's what it reminds me of. And has so much value like it. I just don't like the fact that people just get caught up on the nonsense and expect people to just stay quiet. And I'm just like saying, I don't know why people like Apple. People that like Apple, they don't know nothing about computers. Shouts out to that guy that I listened to years ago, Rex or Grossman or something like that. He broke that down. Like a lot of people that use Apple, they really don't know tech. If they're in a phone crisis, if they shit gets jammed up, they don't know how to fix their stuff and like that. See, that's why I have I know people gonna hate me for this. Yes, I have an Android. It's a Motorola. I've been having Android smartphones for years. I had my first one was a Samsung Galaxy 3 S3, and then I had the HTC. I had the HTC M8. I have the M8, the gold phone. I have the gold phone of that color, and it's on a respirator right now. It's a mess right now. And then I had the HTC 10. It was a white phone, come from that company, and then all of a sudden, it became a thing, and it lasted me for some years. And then I had the LG 3 Stylus Plus. I mean LG Stylus Plus 3. I got the third edition of that, and then I have the LG Stylus Plus 6. I got the latest edition. That was the latest I have, and that's my device. It takes a lot of screenshots you done seen on my previous content a couple of years ago, and I love that device. I still use it for content as well. But I'm having the Motorola, I believe the Moto G, Stylus 5G, I believe, something like that. That's the newest one they got. Still like that phone, and it's very sturdy, good cameras and all that. But yeah, I still mess with it. I've been an Android person for a long time. You can store, delete stuff, and I know nuts is fully deleted, but Android's got the best security. You name it. A lot of people say it don't. It does. You know how to dictate that or whatever. Apple, not so much. Like Indian hackers can hack their stuff, and they get their stuff pulled and pulled to the side or whatever. But yeah, it's just like it just goes to show you. I saw someone that said Apple Pay is ain't nobody dealing with Apple. Apple's in trouble right now financially because most Chinese are tired of Apple. It's not even popular around the world like that. It's an American phone that's overrated. And tell you that's how y'all so dumb and y'all get caught so easily by the feds. They'll look through your Apple phone and crack your shit. Ain't that hell? That's why I ain't got Apple. Because if I ever get pulled over, they laugh at your shit. I was, oh, look at that Apple cell phone. That fool got, yeah, we got him. That's how they get you. That's how they get you with them phones, man. I be watching a lot of body cams. A lot of people have Apple. These females, certain dudes. I was like, why the fuck they want Apple? I know Apple's good for music. That's it. But outside of that, what's it good for internet searches? Not so much. That's why a lot of people like Android. Android may not be music, but Android is good for a lot of things. You can dictate the get rid of cache apps, clear your apps, know what you're putting on there. It's actually a good phone you can use for business. Like it's not a bad phone. Motorola is the best one out of their stock. Everybody else is all right. I don't care for Samsung Androids. I'm more of a Motorola guy because I like it because even though they're good, my dad used to have one. I had one. I like the LG. I miss the LGs. They make some decent phones, but they're good at other stuff like the TVs. They got the good TVs and stuff. The LG. I still got that screen over here. Collects a lot of data, but make sure you have your stuff in a row. But yeah, but a lot of stuff is out of hand. It's gone, Khalil. Salute. And I think most people get caught up on the stuff that's going on. Yeah, LeBron is finished. I already know he's gonna have a tough time in the first round, but it's gonna be interesting. But I still pick the Nuggets to come out the West. I don't care about no damn Lakers because Anthony Davis is the key. If he plays physical, yeah, they can hang with Jokic, but I don't think it's even close. Because once you win last year, now the motivation is can we beat LeBron and Lakers? Once the Denver Nuggets beat the Lakers, a lot of people said the playoffs is gonna be boring. No, it ain't. It's gonna be exciting because you got Luka in it. You got everybody else in it. I would say Boston will come out of the East, me personally. But it's gonna be interesting with New York. But New York's not gonna win the championship, not with that roster, no. And I just know how the game is played. Now the girls that got drafted, the WNBA draft, they said that's the most exciting draft they've seen all year. Well, the last couple of years, it was exciting, but now these girls, the stars like Caitlin Clark and that old girl that played LSU, that's going to be a game changer for that draft. And so they went on teams that were decent. One with the Chicago Sky and Indiana Fever. So they're rivals in that division, wherever they play, and how they line up their organizations and shit. So last week, OJ was on It Is What It Is by Cam. I think OJ was a great addition for Cam, and yeah, they revitalized his story, and I have no issue with OJ. Yes, he got off. Most people believe he did it. I don't believe he did it. I believe it was the Kardashians' father, Rob. He was something to do, and the combination of other people. But it's a mystery. We don't know what really happened. Me personally, I ain't gonna say alleged. Fuck them. I don't care about them. Fuck those people. But it is what it was. But I can say rest in peace, or most people say rest in power to OJ. I have no issues with OJ. OJ did what he did. I'm not a big OJ as an athlete fan, but he's a good dude outside of football. He's all right with me. And he was on Cam and Mace show, and they wanted him. That I salute him for that. That's somebody that we ain't heard in a while on television. After during the riots and during his trial, I was like 6 years old when that stuff happened, going on in '94. That's a long time, you know. But that's the stuff that you got to deal with when you're dealing with a guy like O.J. Simpson, Orthodox James Simpson, better known as O.J. Simpson. But that just goes to show you that a lot of people just don't understand that he was a trending topic. Everybody was trending, and his death, and people say some disrespectful stuff, but they're emotional haters. They act like a bunch of narcs, and they think they know everything, but they slow as shit. Can't read. Most people can't read and write. They're so derelict. I think that a lot of the brain juice is lost. They have short attention spans because they're doing something that they ain't supposed to be doing. That's why they lose a lot of brain cells. It can be sexual stuff, like they look on here, and other stuff, and drugs, and they have no brain cells. That's why they can't reproduce and do what they was told. They can't follow command instructions. So I'm glad people see this and pick up on it and say, "Hey, man, this is some nonsense." You know what I mean? But it goes to show you that where we at today as a people. But I think a lot of people just got to understand that in a social network setting, a lot of people like to use the word SM, social media. I didn't start hearing that term probably in 2012. Prior to that, nobody was using that term. See, when they started calling it media, they was competing with mainstream media and these derelict boomers slash these bitch ass and these sorry Gen Xers. They use that term loosely, and then Mike Epps never used it. He called it social network, and they want to change the names. So that's their shit. We talking about the old Gen X and these sorry ass boomers that are so overrated, and people don't fuck with y'all as y'all think. They say, oh, they fuck with the young people say fuck these bitch ass niggas. That's why I say fuck the Igmore clan. I don't give a fuck about them. They lame as fuck. And that's why people go over to Absalom and myself and they look for channels that they give some enlightenment. I told the truth, man. My generation may not be the shit, but at least they're better than solving shit. Because our grandparents is World War II generation. If our grandparents and you around my age, you already know that they didn't play that stuff. They wasn't going. And I was fortunate enough to be alive today in the South, in even the state I'm living in now. There's no nonsense. But yeah, you can't do what you want to do around here. It's a lot of that garbage going on. But I know people just gonna get upset and say, "Man, this nigga's crazy. He's saying this all types of shit." Who cares? Nigga, I'm that. I'm that good. But that goes to show you that a lot of people just don't like the fact that I'm being me on here and just say, "Hey, this is the stuff that we see a lot." But the Castanet thing, we're gonna talk about that later. A lot of people try to say that's he was paying. To be honest with you, is he really simping? I don't think he was. I think he was fake tricking, fake simping. He was pump faking. I call him a pump faker. He probably even paid for that. A lot of people say he paid for that, but when I saw that stream, that nigga barely paid for that. Like if he said he paid $50, now she said she got 5,500. I don't believe her. These hoes be lying. They be so broke, and I saw something on a website. They said they out here, you know what, and thought that money was real by China Black, and they lied about it. They said she made money on a lot of money on OnlyFans, and we know that's cap. And I agree, it is cap. They lie all the time on the internet, and that's what they do. That's why I try to tell these dudes, leave these hoes alone, bro. I was trying to tell in Ramil's chat, no one cares, bro. They gonna do what they gonna do. These females are dangerous, bro. They do shit to get you aggravated. So the whole point of me looking at this is showing you that people don't give a shit. People don't give a shit. So I figured I'm just looking at it for what the angles are, but let me find this page. Oh, oh shit. Da-na-na-na. Let's see some. Let me see something going on here. He's even worse. These bees, these females like Bod Baby actually make bread like that. Yeah, I'll read what this guy said. This is on another platform. I ain't gonna mention it. Y'all can go find this yourself. And it has a E to the M in it. Y'all know what I mean, but y'all can find a photo of old girl. I ain't gonna mention her name on here. I ain't trying to give her no clout, but you know. And they said Selecta said she a nice run. I heard she saying I heard she's saying on her OF that she's getting out of the game. Yeah, that's what they be saying. Get out of the game. We're gonna talk a little bit. This is a little drama on the internet, and then we're gonna explain that you see that a lot on YouTube lately, and you see a lot of it on pre-records. And I've been watching this Prophet prototype. They talk very similar in talking points, but they're the same zodiac sign too. And he used the word Sersky, which is kind of crazy to me. But he's a I'm just gonna say he's a DJ Kuda prototype. But you know what I'm talking about. He's DBW. You know, y'all know who I'm talking about. He reminds me so much like him, man. It ain't even funny. Prophet 2.0 right here. Yeah. He said, yeah. She said, yes, she is. That's what the Mega guy was saying. This guy was named Mega. But the other guy said, Lala said, they be thinking they going to get rich when in reality, 90, and he said 99%. He said, in reality, 99% just end up as some bees, some bees means dogs, like females, be some females with free content on the internet. That's true. He said, you already know. He said, you already know to my grave. He said, you already know. And he said, blame that on Black China for lying, saying she made over 2 million on OnlyFans. And these hoes believe it. He said, even worse females like Bod Baby actually make bread like that. And that's facts. That's sad, but that just goes to show you. I found this on another website, by the way. I was on my own phone just a couple of minutes ago, and this person's right. These two gentlemen are right. You know, I just found out another picture, an adult site picture of a person that did OF, and she says she's getting out the game. A lot of them are getting out the game. I'm just going to explain this since we're going to talk about game here, like what Ramil said with Castanet. It's going to lean towards that. Castanet better be careful. A lot of these OF harlots out here, hoes out here, he has to understand they're all retiring. They're just looking for a come up. And they thought 99% of them thought they was going to get what Black China and Bob Baby's getting more money than all of them because she's got endorsements and contracts and dealers on her side. But the other couple of females is like that, her and Sexy Red, they lie to these hoes all the time. Why y'all follow these celebrities? They don't care nothing about y'all. They ain't your friends, and they never will be your friends. They're losers, bro. They talk all this goofy shit and then expect OnlyFans as their meal ticket, but half of them don't even pay taxes. They don't pay taxes at all, bro. But that goes to show you where we at. As a people, we should stop believing in a circus. That's why it's called the circus era. And there's a lot of nonsense going on in the circus era because you don't understand how the world works. A lot of them that do OF do online, we can say online prostitution, where that's all I'm gonna say. A lot of people say it's illegal, and others say it's probably illegal, but it's really legal online. It's probably legal. Someone says it's legal in New York. If that's true, what old girl said to Kai's in trouble, but Kai's got a team around him. He's got the NDA, and that's gonna crush her. He pulled a Zion Williamson on her. He pulled a Zion Williamson on her. That's basically reminds me. It's another Zion Williamson incident, but here's the thing: he's a popular streamer. He's got money. He's got resources. He's gonna leverage that. Zion didn't do that. Zion had to wait and didn't respond because he was in the media. The media was helping him out. Once he overcame that, yeah, it is what it was. That's the same thing with old girl. She thought she ain't gonna get that money. She's gonna waste it on some nonsense, and then that's it. They go broke. That's the point of when you have a lot of hoes on your roster like that. Fuck a roster. Let that shit go. I just don't like the fact that people lie on the net all the time. I'm just telling you, like this stuff happens all the time, man. But shouts out APTV, man. Keep doing your content, man. Keep doing it. And yeah, I'll be chilling with you on the gram, the T gram, of course. And good stuff in there, fellas. I mean, y'all doing the good thing. I'm just chilling over here. But yeah, I'm dropping history content as pre-recorded. Yeah, if you notice, I'm focusing on that a little more and just talk about the stuff what I feel about talking about. And we'll get into the historical stuff. The ones over here in America, we could talk about the indigenous shit in America. Like I could do a special site on that. And we'll talk about the natives and how I think about them. And I think they're a different group, but most black people think we're natives and here, and I don't buy that. I believe those natives were a different group of I'll say melanated people. It's complicated because when you talk about the Olmec history and that, you got to put that together. You're not of those people, just like native. See, we got to get away from that. And I know, yeah, there was people here, but you can't call us those people. It don't make sense. It's like saying, yeah, you got the admixtures of them, but you also knew the yes, they were darker, but that ain't us. We came over here probably as me personally, in my opinion, I think we were the pilgrims. The righteous pilgrims came over, probably disguised, and next thing you know, free blacks. I've heard these stories years ago, and then there's some truth to some of the things it was saying. I heard this stuff probably 12 years ago when I started this second channel. And man, it goes to show you that we're still on that research and people still believe we're natives, which is not true. Like the world started on the Eastern world, not in the Western Hem. I don't know where y'all get y'all information from. Like I used to buy into that and I said, man, that's cap. They weren't even part of the BCE era. I'm going to explain about that era more than America. I'm going to explain it in a way that y'all understand that I'm gonna come with that angle forever. A lot of people try to say, "Why are you coming with that angle?" Because that's the truth of it. A lot of people think we came on one side. It's just not true. People are so gun holed about it, and they're so dumb. Don't realize that they're not as old. Lobster is older than and than Africa and all that. I disagree with that. The Asian culture or what you call Africa, all that side is a lot older than America. America's not that old. They don't have no BCE era history. They probably got some dinosaur history. They probably got some older culture history. You don't see no natives prior to that. So what are you talking about? They came later. Now you can say Aboriginals. You can say Aboriginals like the ones that I'll give you an example. The ones that we see all the time. Y'all got to know your history. I'm gonna have to talk about that again, about prehistoric America. I'm gonna have to redo that and try to get y'all understand that ain't us. That's a different group of people. Those they could be Aboriginal. They try to say the original black people of prehistoric America. You could say to me they were Aboriginals. They just got conquested by a group with, and then what you later call Olmecs in Mesoamerica. We're gonna talk about that because North America they got indigenous groups too. They were dark. It was breaded out by the Spanish and all that. That's a whole nother topic on that. I'm not gonna get into it. They said it was black US. They try to say Indians and what they would call. And they're a different type of Indian group. I don't think it's us. That's me or Paleo Americans. It would say. I'll say it's Paleo Americans. You can be fair. But they had the Aboriginal background. See, some guys think we're Aboriginal. See, you got a lot of people believing that shit, and it's cap, bro. You got the Pangea. Everything was old. Everything was together. How the continents formed, and that's it. They said blacks settled the Americas before 130,000 BCE. Some people could say that. Now, if you're talking about blacks, you're talking about which blacks you're talking about. Now, shouts to the old boy, though. I believe they're Aboriginals that settled. They were black. Whoever names that this guy gave them. And shouts to him with this research. And he broke it down. I'm just looking at it. And it goes, he said, study humans were in America in 100,000 years earlier than we thought. See, they could be Aboriginal tribes. We're not a part of that. That's just a different group of people. They just got conquested over time. The people start coming over. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know about that world until then. Get what I'm saying? Like, it's just the stuff that you got to know. We got the Kenwick man. So they basically saying they look like Dravidians, the mainly Thailand people, and the Fiji people. So they basically Aboriginals or Australoid people. That's what America's founded on, those people. But they got conquested by a different group of people in Japan, and they was, you know, how that goes. The Andamian Man Islanders, the Andamian Man Islanders, and them, you can mix them together. That's what you saw in North America. That's those people. We're not those people. But even though y'all know the history of that, I think I talked about it. We're gonna skip through to my Mesoamerica and all this other stuff. It's a lot of stuff that you can see, but you know, it's like it's graphic and all that. A lot of history. A lot of history. The Polynesian culture. If you want to talk about Polynesian people and all that, prehistoric America. So Polynesians that came in the Americas probably like what you say 100,000 130,000 BCE. That's a little later. That's not older than the ancient times of the world. It's just not. So I had to disagree, dude, on that live stream, and that was with world class and all them. No, because you're talking about people that was Polynesian descent, Australoid people, the cousins of Aborigines and things like that. Those are the people they're talking about. Those are the people that came over here a long time ago, but they got conquested over time by another group similar to them, which you will call Olmecs. Yeah, that's a tough history to swallow. It's a lot of stuff. That's why in those valleys is so important. Why I did it. I did it the other 2 days before, and I said what I said. It's a very complex history. So you get the stuff that you see all the time. You know what I mean? Oh, let me change my avatar. What the hell I'm doing? I got that from the recorded. Okay, let me change the avatar. Let me change the avatar. Okay. I got to sound, yeah, yeah. I got to sound presentable right here. But anyways, I had to try, yeah, because that's the mic that I had. That the other mic, that was for my pre-record. It's like the Lewitt, you know. This one I got, yeah. Let's talk to y'all that for a minute. But sorry, but that's half of the stream, so y'all bear with me. But anyways, that's the stuff that I'm going to be talking about. I'm not going to go into depth on the prehistoric America. I'll show you a few things. It's not going. I ain't going to read a whole lot. You know, y'all already know from the Dark History streams. You go find it. I already done covered it. I'm just going to skim through because I don't know how the flag system works that they show. Because he's got some pictures that are wild all over the place. I ain't trying to get hit or popped or whatever because they ain't got no covering. So I have to be careful, you know, because you know how sensitive this site is. But like Rumble, yeah, but you know, I ain't found a site similar to this yet. Rumble's not it. It's all right, but nobody watching, so I ain't got time for that. I ain't got that audience stack and draw because y'all nothing but narcissists out here. And I ain't saying y'all that's watching. I'm just saying the ones that be on that BS. I ain't got time for that. And it's designed that way. So that's how YouTube don't like guys like me because I do the shit. I actually do the work, but it takes time. People got short attention spans. Most people probably got ADHD. I'm just gonna say it like that. And I'm not shitting on nobody, but they got ADHD. It's just obvious. It's just obvious. There's no way their attention span is that bad. I think most people have ADHD and they just don't realize it. It's not a bad thing. It's not the good thing. They should learn to pay attention. It doesn't stop them from getting jobs, but that's not good. If you're not focused, that becomes a problem. I'm glad I don't have ADHD. I can pay attention a little bit and pay attention to what's going on, but I don't have that attention span. But that attention span is crazy, man. But you see, this stuff goes on, but I understand why people just don't like the fact that I'm speaking the stuff that I'm speaking. But yeah, the stuff is bad, man. I don't expect people to get it. I don't expect people to get it. Because me personally, when I look at these sites, I mean, they're folding. You got people leaving OnlyFans and all types of stuff. They're gonna retire. Well, they're gonna be just another female that posts naked pictures and they up out of there. It's really sad that people resort to that later on. They gotta understand it's over. You cannot do certain things forever, but you know, if you have a family, that's shame on you. But I'm not judging nobody doing, but I'm saying shame on if you have a family, you doing that shit and you was decent and went to school and every day, wherever you did in your past life, you chose to do that. Well, you should have known that that's part of the game too. And if you're not doing no adult film stuff and then try to aspire, it's already too late. You should have did that when you was a lot younger. And if you was interested in it, you would have been on it forever and got in the Hall of Fame, got your money, and that's it. But most people don't make that type of money. It's only to a certain group of people. I wish the so-called black female or our so-called women should get out of the adult industry. It's not your industry because they don't want you there. They want who they want. That's why you see a lot of so-called whites and Asians to dominate that sphere. They dominate that atmosphere, and then you wonder why things go left or right. See, our women don't belong there. The ones that try to do it for a living, they shouldn't. They can be reformed and say, but the ones that's hard headed, let them be females. They let them be dogs. They be like, ooh, ooh. They start barking. That's how they, talk shit about you. But it just goes to show you that the stuff that they don't understand that it matters. But when you start talking about it enough and enough, a lot of people just get caught up on the silliness. You know what I'm saying? But I understand why the stuff matters in time. But in due time, you got the stuff that really caters to the people. But when you get in this type of setting, live streams and talk about other things, it gets tough. This one chick, she said, I don't talk about adult stuff. And she called everybody an incel, which is crazy. You know, most people that pay for OnlyFans, she said they're men. They're not men. Those are males, my dear. My dear, those are males, by the way. I want to correct her ass real quick. Males pay for the box. They pay for what you say pussy. They pay for the box, right? And we ignorantly call them men, right? No, I call them males. Those are boys. Real men don't do that. They try to say, oh, men do this. Blah, blah, blah. That shows how stupid they are. Females talk like that. Males pay for box for a reason. That's why males run society. Men run how society really properly works. See, real men ain't got time to mess with adult entertainers, especially if you're married, if you're righteous, if you live a righteous life, try not to sin to these whores. You ain't got time to pay for that shit. You just don't. Especially if you're married. Like I said, married dudes do. Those are not married men. Those are married males that don't know what marriage is. They should be faithful. Yes, I believe in multiple wives and all that. I'm an old school cultural, but I don't believe in monogamy because monogamy race ends up cheating anyway. But neither side is perfect. So both sides is wrong. But they love the cheating culture. They love the double Dutch culture. That's what they like. And that's why this shit is gonna go left and right, and you ain't got no proper answer. But like I said, nobody's paying for that. And if you have the same content that was already free and then you already did the same moves and different moves again, nobody's not gonna mess with you. That's how it works. That's why someone needs ambition on here. But if you don't have that ambition, how are you gonna thrive in a society or that field that you're an adult star now? You're an amateur. And this girl has a BBL. I ain't gonna show it to you because you already know who she is. She's known in class. She's got a YouTube channel and everything. It's no smoke to her, but when she called certain popular so-called, try to say men like us, incels, we're not incels. She don't even know what an incel is. Incels is involuntary solid. Those are blue pill motherfuckers. We don't care about them blue pill motherfuckers like that. You care about them. Ones you call men, they're the real, what you would say, incels or whatever. And she don't even know that. She don't even know our audience. That shows how ignorant they are. See, that's why I don't talk to these OnlyFans whores. They are so unintelligent and derelict. That's the problem with the internet now. They have short attention spans because you got people like that. That's what kills it. No shot at nobody, but I'm just saying what it is on the internet. You got people like that. That's who runs it. So unless you economic niggas stop complaining, what's going on, degenerate salute? Stop being bitch ass niggas. Get off your ass and do something about it. And ignore them. My advice is just ignore them. Don't even argue with them. Stop calling them women. Call them females. Call them what they are, because those are females. Female behavior, female so-called nature does this. That's why women are proper. Because if you use the term women or woman and women, they ain't doing it. A real so-called woman or a real woman would never participate in OF, and they'll never participate in adult film. And I'll tell you why. If they have kids and they really want to, yeah, they want the marriage. Yeah, they all want security. But here's the secret: proper women want all that. They don't want to divorce you. If you're that loyal, you're that good, you gotta be clean first before you meet them. And they gotta be too. So it's give and take on both sides. But I don't believe in 50-50. This culture does. This culture believes in utilitarian concepts slash what you have liberalism today. You have the same shit over and over again. You get caught up. They got you. They want happiness in numbers and shit. That's what they preach. And it backfires for them because then they the first one to initiate divorce. That's slightly true. But 9 to 10, if we initiate divorce, we want something out of return. That's reciprocal. And they say the same thing too. They want some reciprocal. Okay, that's fine. But you perpetuate hoe culture and they don't even understand that. That's why I don't listen to what they say on net. Try not to. But then again, you got to look at the big picture, how people operate in this world. They understand that calling them women all day, and they watch YouTube, they watch everything. Trust me. I'm talking about these so-called modern females and females, I call them. If you call them the W word, you're giving them power. It's just like an example. Don't do what they do. They call every male a man. They're not really a man. A guy to say he's a man, he don't grow in, man, you ain't a man. No real person of a so-called man would never call himself, I am a man. We know you're a man. If you act like a man and act disciplined and preserved, you won't be as reckless. Males are reckless. They're boys. You got boys and girls. That's why they say BG videos and all that. They say they don't call themselves man and woman videos. They said no, they said BG. Y'all know what that means in adult terms, but that's what they say. They're the type of people that's weird like that, claiming they're proper M and W's. They're not. That's why you got a lot of derelict people on here, man, especially on YouTube, X, all over the platforms y'all visit. Just picture that how the world works. Y'all complain about them. No, y'all created this. Y'all created this society. Y'all created this before 2020. Y'all created this in 2015. So again, it's the same shit. That's why I call this the circus era of this era. It's over. Yes, we had a lunar eclipse. I saw it. I didn't look up in the sky, but I saw how dark outside was. I tried to look up in my backyard, and I barely saw it. That shit is wild. And then old girl had a murder scene with her man and slaughtered her kids. I saw that on Long and Crying, and she's some type of astrology cult leader. I forget her name, but she's wild. I was in my feed. I had to share that somewhere else on another platform, and all of a sudden, Lord behold, hey, it is what it was. You can look at her name. She's popular on X and other places. That just goes to show you. What time is it? Yeah, astrology influencer that murdered daughters before solar eclipse report. But they said, someone says what? And the comments said, when I found this on Long Crime, y'all go find that. Her name was Aoki. I think his name is Aoki. She's weird anyway. Yeah, be careful with X, man. They be on some weird stuff, and they don't like certain people. They just pick and choose who they like, and then there it is. All these sites are trash. But that's the stuff I'm talking about. You got to be due diligent what's going on. But a lot of people just get caught up on the circus stuff and love drama and BS. But that goes to show you that who she was, and she was popular on X, and she's way, way more popular. She had a decent follow. She didn't have long, huge followers, but she was decent. The guy was saying. So that goes to show you where we at. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to yawn, but yeah, she was wild, and during the solar eclipse time, Always something crazy. I know people get caught up in that, but that's the world we live in. And you know how I feel about certain things, but that goes to show you where we at. People gonna get upset about the stuff I'm gonna say, and they're gonna figure out. They said, "Man, sir's selling some truth over here." Yeah, you know what's going on? It's over. You got people retiring, doing all types of stuff, and they think it's okay to talk shit about people that struggle and all that, and they're even way worse than I am. Like, get the fuck out of here. It's crazy. I know everybody's getting ready for the NBA playoffs, and it's gonna be huge, and the finals is gonna be something, and then that's it. But you gotta understand what goes on around here. We understand that a lot of people love females, and they get caught up in emotions with them, call them women and stuff. They don't act like women. They don't act proper women. They don't even do the stuff that the so-called womanly stuff does. You gotta earn that title. But that goes to show you, I ain't trying to doze off here, but I was slightly in the moment. Caffeine's in my system. I'm right. Drunk some early, but you gotta understand that's how the world is. But when you're dealing with people online like this in the trash, and I'm glad old boy said this on another website. He said 99% believe they're gonna be rich like Black China and them. She lied to him. They wasn't gonna make no money off of OF. You know why they wasn't gonna make money on OF like that? She lied. She realized damn near that people on YouTube make more money than her. If you're in certain ads, they make a lot of money on you. If you're that guy, I give you an example, Marquise Brownlee, others, you name it. The ones that's doing mediocre, they're doing money as well, and they're doing well on certain aspects. But that goes to show you where we at. But you have to understand that's the stuff that I deal with all the time. But see, on the internet, when you study this internet shit, as long as I have been on it for years, I've been on it since '03 when I dealt with MySpace. Yeah, I had a social life outside, did basketball, did all that. I was brief on the internet for those years, even though I understand how the culture is. The trolling and all the other cultures are dangerous, but you can't do that much now because you can't have fun anymore because you got weirdos coming around effing it up that nobody mess with on their platforms. But it's getting a look because that's the thing that's coming through. But a lot of people just got to understand that we're in that type of world right now. I've been listening to music, my rotation music as always, but it just goes to show you that I'm getting what I'm listening to. But I've been keeping up with the vibes thing. They say he's gonna get a retrial in I will say in but the next month after. It's in 2 months. It's in 2 months. It's actually a month. Not next month, but the next one after. But that's just goes to show you where we at today. So again, yeah, it's like 40 something minutes. I'm still gonna go. I'm wait till we get to the hour mark, because I'm not gonna just cut it off right away because I gotta still talk to y'all guys about the Castanet thing. Castanet to me, yeah, in a way, did he really trick or whatever? It don't really matter. I mean, yeah, that dude's a simp sucker. A lot of people thought he was a player, but he's not. He's both. A lot of people try to say there's a difference between the two. In a sense, it is. Technically, it's not. Me personally, it's the same thing. I don't see any difference. They try to say tricking is not simple. Yes, it is. Tricking is another form of simping. It's the same concept. Only thing difference is with the two. how it's done, tricking is it's like what did old boy say? He said there's strict game. It is strict game, but they do a bitch game. They lose all this shit anyway. A simp is a guy that a lot of people say he's a simpleton. He's more than a simpleton. He's a beggar. Most simps are beggars. They're already simpletons, and most of them are tricks. That's what they do. They don't have no good social skills. They're poor at it. You got a lot of females that are they tricks? Absolutely. Poor social skills, same shit. They get dealt with violently. You know what I mean? Not only, even non-violently. That happens all the day. But y'all gotta understand that's the culture that Kyle wants to play. You know, that's why you get hoes. He says, Kyle ain't doing that. Well, Kyle's getting hoes every day because he's got the type of money. I don't even watch his content. Yeah, his audience is 13 to 17 age group. And the least he probably have the least like is people my age group that don't mess with him. There's people that's like 18 to 24 around there, 13 to 17, 18, 12. That's probably highest on his algorithm list. I bet his lowest on the older people is our age group. It's probably 35 to 44. And the second worst, it will probably be 25 to 34. They critique him. Then the next group, if it's 60 plus, if they're 45 to 50, they're done. Aesthetically, they're done. And that's just goes to show you where we at today as people. A lot of people just get caught up on these shows and they be acting crazy. Why they podcast themselves? Because y'all talk about relationships so much. Some of your podcasts is just trash. But you gotta understand that's the type of stuff that I've been on for a long, long time. And I understand that people ain't gonna like you right off. And when I started, I took my time with it. Certain individuals mess with me, and then all of a sudden, boom, it is what it is. And that's how you got to look at the whole thing. Now, pause for a minute. I'm trying to get my head right. Try not to doze out. I know the caffeine's kind of working and everything, but it is what it is. I mean, yeah, I talked about this a lot. A lot of people just need to stop worrying about females in general, man. Just do you. Because all they're going to do is talk shit and slander and lie. That's what they're known to do. And they ain't got no life themselves. They're just miserable people. And see, when you talk about them a lot on your content, it kind of hurts you at the end. They already labeled you as a terrorist at that point. They look at any way to get rid of us. That's how it is. Let me step away real quick. I'll be right back. Let me step away real quick. I'll be right back. And get my head right. All right, I'm going on mute. I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, let's talk about Kai. Kai is known for what's that music video he did with shit. He did it with Lil Yachty. Hold on. That was the hottest song. That was the hottest song last year, around the summer, 2023. That was the hottest song, and I was playing Fallout 4 at the time. And I had to ditch it because of glitch problems and crashing and all that, right? How in the hell? Okay, how in the hell he went from, and then the before the incident, it was the hottest song at the time, and then the incident where how the hell was that? Oh, when everybody reacted to it, yeah, he had that, and I was like, what the hell? And then the New York the mess he made, and he had to pay for that too. He I think half of them went to jail, and then Duke Dennis and all them. Yeah, he's in that group because I already know he's in that streamer thing. They had their own houses. Joe Budden talked about it. I'm just going to explain who he is because Ramil didn't explain the whole part of it. That guy, a lot of those dudes, I hate to say they are simps. They pretend they're players, but in reality, they're simps. I just say, Platinum put the right word because if you really think about it, I say, yeah, Kai is a simp. But that's his thing. If he wants to be a simp, or really, actually, tricking and simp is really one and the same. The only difference is it's the outcome how you do it. See, tricking you can pay. Ooh, they pay a lot of money, especially if they're paying OnlyFans and this hoe right here trying to say on X, formerly known as Twitter. I ain't gonna give her name out. No disrespect to her, but and she admitted she was honest about that BBL though. She was honest. She said that on her page. And she said it's not an adult page, girl. Why are you trying to fit in with the normal people? They don't want you like that. They already know you a hoe because all they think about is sexual shit. She ought to known that on X, you can't really do that type of content no more because Elon doesn't care. You pushing that content, he don't really give a damn about that. Like I said, he does. He really don't. If you're gonna pay for that X, me personally, I can't say I'm a T for that. Now that's just the site. I don't care about the site. But if you pay for your just content, look at other people, that's cool. Like if you're looking at your favorite content creator, that's it. That's what they into. But if you do a business transaction with hoes like that, what Ramil say, all of them do that on Twitter, I believe. Well, excuse me, X, formerly known as Twitter, or Telegram, you name it. They do it all the time. So Kai gotta be careful because yeah, they gonna clown him a little bit, but he's suing her for that NDA shit, which is valid. It's kind of like the Zion Williamson thing because he's a popular streamer. That's a bad look for him. So he could have took it and just say, hey, and just kept it moving, but he didn't. He had to go the extra mile to show you the evidence and things like that. And then Gabe defended him. Everybody defended him except for Lord Jism, so-called Lord Jism. I called him, what did I call him? The court jester that's up there that's a clown. That bitch ass thing I don't fuck with. He used to become on my platforms 3 years ago. I stopped fucking with him when he instigated that whole thing. So over there on another person's channel, then we had a fallout in 2022. So I'm not gonna mention those individuals' names. Y'all get the gist. Y'all get the gist of what I'm talking about. But them lame niggas. But here is what Kai, he always had that lameness about him. That's him. That's his generation. They love this bullshit. They try to say, oh, he screams a lot in this stuff. That's their thing. They scream like children. They're retarded. Them niggas is retarded, bro. Like they'll say shit to get attention to make the wall stick. But y'all can't impress me about what the shit they be saying. I understand that a lot of people just don't like Kai, but Kai Sanat or Sanat, some people call him Sanat, but it's actually Sanat or Sanat. It don't really matter. The boy is a clown. Yeah, he paid for the thing. But it doesn't really matter because he's a simp anyway. He's a beggar. He better fall through on that lawsuit, or he's just another clown trying to put a gag order on her. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's almost an hour. I'll talk to y'all in a couple of minutes because this is a good live stream. This is called the Daily Hump Dump, the DHD2. And we'll do the part 3, not the next Wednesday, but the next Wednesday after. You know what I mean? Because you'll get to know, and I get to tell y'all what it's gonna be and all this other stuff. So it's a lot of stuff that's happening. I know people are upset what's going on. I'm in my music and my stuff, but I'm not really tripping off of anything. And that's just how it is. It's going to be. But like I said, a lot of people just get caught up on the stuff that they're talking about. But, yeah, I got a new microphone and everything else. And, I had to get that squared away. Same interface. I don't know if I'm going to upgrade or whatever. Eventually will. I might get that. I might get that for, I don't know. I might get that for my birthday. I don't know. I don't know. I had to test and see. I don't know what I want for my the special day. I'm gonna see if it's compatible to this computer. Once I have that, I'm good. But it goes to show you what time it is. But you got people just be talking a whole lot of nonsense and then you just got crazy. Then when you talk about the stuff that you normally do, you just get the stuff whatever. Yeah, I turn the gain up. So you know how it goes. But you expected it to be more. But anyways, a lot of like I said, fellas, shouts out to Khalil and Degenerate. I know y'all in and out. But yeah, that kind of stuff, like that's the whole topic of, we talked about OJ, we talked about a little bit of stuff, the news a little bit. I don't want to go into this, it's kind of like, stale right now. But but shouts out to people that came, those two came in, the people in the clouds. Like I said, we'll talk about more of this on the daily hump dump. This is part two section. But yeah, that's the stuff I wanted to say. I ain't got much else. But in reality, this stuff goes on, but it never died. It never did. That's why the blue pill, so-called spaces, is actually blue pilled. The utilitarian concepts, it always getting away with stuff. But you gotta understand that's the world we live in. It's a finesse world. So again, it's just like, what are your emotions? I don't understand why people just get caught up with it. But shouts out to those people, and I'm on fire with it. It's not that much mods in here, no way. But it's a different type of animal. But when you have that mindset, you just be like, all right, this is it, and we're talking. Playoffs is coming in. I'll talk a little bit about that. It's coming up next week. Who y'all got, whatever, and it's just basically the same shit. But then again, I know niggas hate regardless. They hate whenever I post something, and I just let them hate. I don't give a shit at this point. They said, "Sir, I went down." Well, I went down because I had fallouts. I don't have that real support, and I think that's a good thing on YouTube. And right now, it's been dry. People pick and choose what they want to search. Do you want to watch me record? That's cool. I respect for y'all doing that. So with that, until next time, I'm signing off. Love the people of Israel and the Gentiles. Shabbat Shalom. And you know how it goes. And yes, I'll talk about the historical stuff. I don't know. We talked the history of writing. What else we talked about? Hold on for a minute. What do we talked about? Let's talk about Hannibal next week. I'll touch on that a little bit. Why I did that. All right. I'm signing off until next time, and I'm out.